Hi, this is Captain Video, and today you're watching a review of the Marvel Legends Genis Vell from the Captain Marvel Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure Wave. Because of the upcoming release of the MCU's Captain Marvel movie, we're getting a whole load of movie-based figures this year courtesy of Hasbro, but as they usually do, they've included a couple comic-based figures in this wave. And while I'm not sure anyone on the planet feels the same way, this is the figure I was most excited to pick up from this set. Maybe that's just because I haven't seen the movie yet. Regardless, I'm excited to show you this new Marvel Legends Genis Vell figure, who is a great choice for this wave because he was Captain Marvel in the comics for many years. But before we really begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay notified about future videos. While being an extremely powerful character, Captain Marvel hasn't ever really been a top-tier character for Marvel. It seems that all will change with the release of the Captain Marvel movie and the character's appearance in Avengers Endgame. But it's important to note that over the years, the role of Captain Marvel has been filled by a variety of characters that are not Carol Danvers. And one of those is Genis Vell, who has a complicated, crazy backstory even for a comic book superhero. No wonder the packaging doesn't try to explain that he spent a lot of time as Captain Marvel. You can do a deep dive and look into it if you want, but trust me, it's complicated. Genis Vell is the genetically modified son of the original Captain Marvel, an alien named Mar-Vell. He eventually adopts his father's mantle of Captain Marvel as a cosmic champion, wearing a form-fitting red and blue costume, along with wearing nega bands on his wrists that enhance his many powers. In the comics, he becomes nearly omniscient and threatens to destroy the universe. Later, he's resurrected and joins the Thunderbolts under the name Photon. Like I said, it's complicated. For his appearance here in figure form, he's wearing Kree armor, which Genis Vell did wear sometime in the comics after becoming Captain Marvel, but before joining the Thunderbolts. Have I mentioned that his backstory is complicated? And honestly, none of that has to do with my interest in this figure. Outside of the packaging, Genis Vell looks great. The good news is that this is one of those Marvel Legends figures that, for me, seems to surpass the character itself. This is a compelling figure whether it's related to a Marvel comic book or not, where his design and play value are remarkable enough that you don't need to know anything about the comics to know that this is a great looking action figure. I mean, he's a spaceman with battle armor and a laser gun who happens to literally look like outer space. What's not to like? There are a lot of things to appreciate about this figure. I imagine it's difficult to create a figure whose body skin is supposed to resemble the night sky, but they've really pulled it off. I'm impressed by how good the space particles look against the black, like a dark, starry night. It gives a glitter sort of effect, but it's not painted on. The shiny dots and flecks that you see seem to be within the plastic, so you don't have to worry about them rubbing off. It's embedded all over the figure, including his face, and really adds a sense of wonder to a fairly simple but well executed sculpt. The paint on his armor contrasts well and is a nice metallic green, though I do wonder if it should be a few shades brighter. He comes with standard Marvel Legends articulation, but the movement of his arms upward seems to be hindered by the armor plating at his shoulders. Genis Vell stands at almost exactly 6 inches in height. For scale, here's what he looks like next to the Marvel Legends Mark 27 Disco Iron Man. And here he is next to some other cosmic characters from Marvel Legends. He only has one accessory. He comes with a futuristic gun that the character, at least in this costume, often carried, but never really needed. While his left hand seems to be for punching, his right hand includes a trigger finger pose, so it works well. If you don't like to pose him holding it, he can also store the gun in his holster, which looks okay, but honestly it doesn't fit in there so well. It has a tendency to fall out. The weakest part of this overall figure is the strap that runs across his body. It's accurate to the character's design in the comics, so it should be there, but it seems so small and flimsy in execution that I wonder if it should have been molded on instead of loose on the figure. But it's really not that big a deal. It's also worth mentioning this figure comes with the golden nega bands on his wrists, which are important to the character but can be removed if you'd rather display him without them for some reason. But outside of any storyline, I think they add some more depth to the overall design. Whether you love the character or have never heard of him, this cosmic spaceman would make a great addition to your Marvel Legends collection. It's a lot of fun to pose, and his unique starry paint job really makes him unlike anything else you probably have in your action figure collection. If you liked this review, be sure to like and share this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I do video essays and toy reviews with new content on the channel each week. Let me know in the comments which version of Captain Marvel you like best, and if you'll be picking up any figures from this wave. And, as always, thanks again for watching.